Hello guys, so welcome to this weekly plan. So next week we're gonna figure out what is the biases and what's our potential trade across forex and futures markets, and also the backtest of my indicator week number 4. Week 1 was great, 85% win rate. Week 2 was also 80%. Week 3 also over 80%. Just taking random signals based on the indicator without following any rules. That's what exactly I'm gonna do backtest this week as well. But before that, let's just look at how the weekly is performing, right? We start with the inverse correlation, so we look at how the DXY is performing. So we get a rough idea about bias regarding the other forex markets, right? For example, the DXY is doing the bullish market structure, right? We expect other markets to go down. So this is known as inverse correlation. So let's start with DXY. On the DXY, if you look at the monthly chart, we have a monthly intraday liquidity, which is nothing but the imbalance or a fair value gap. And we also have a UGM, which is nothing but the start of the imbalance, which is unmitigated gap. These unmitigated gaps attracts price like a magnet. So I always mark UGM of 4 hour, 1 hour, daily, weekly, right? So it's really helps that way. So looking at the market already, we had a liquidity sweep, we had a swing failure pattern, market came down, got support from this zone and coming to mitigate the intraday liquidity again on the monthly chart. But let's go to weekly. So on the weekly chart, if you observe carefully, this is this previous week highs and lows, meaning the previous week. Tomorrow new daily candle will open, so this will be a previous week. Now if you observe carefully, we got some support from this old weekly imbalance, right? We had a swing failure pattern once, so market did what? Whenever we see the swing failure pattern, it's a potential reversal sign. Market rallied and we took out the high and the low. This rarely happens if you look at it, but in this week we took out previous, this is something known as Judas as well actually. So we have a previous week low and previous week high, and we also swing failure pattern again. If you observe here, right, we already took this low and we never closed the body below the 50% of the fair value gap or imbalance, right? There's also previous high. This is also a classic support and resistance, right? So this is looking little bullish already, and we have a potential liquidity here. So just looking at weekly chart, as long as price doesn't close the weekly candle below this level at 100.321, we are bullish only. Once it's closed, then we can look for other bias. So I'm expecting to go up only, eventually tap this monthly imbalance. That is as per the weekly chart. Now if I were to go to daily, let me put the daily lipstick actually, which is this, right? I draw the Fibonacci. This is a 50%. Below 50% is our discount zone where potential buy could happen, right? Again, there is one daily imbalance. Market would very well come down to this. We don't know. We have to wait and watch what happens at the daily chart. But the DXY is looking little towards the bullish side already. So all the other markets we are expecting what? Little bit bearish, right? Now if you just zoom in on the daily chart, there is small imbalance here where I put the map. I want this daily candle, next daily candle to close above this and this eventually, so we can target this previous week high, this, and eventually unmitigated monthly gap. So overall it could potentially retract our discount zone or could head upwards from here only. Overall the DXY is looking slightly toward bullish side. Now if the DXY is looking bullish already, how's the monthly is going on the Euro USD? If you remember, I called a short here on my Discord, and I'm still in this short, and my final take profit of the swing short would be this, which is unmitigated monthly gap again, right? See, now we put on the range here. Now let me switch to weekly chart. So we have couple of key areas. One is a daily imbalance and also this order block and all the high volume zone. So these two key zones here where I am expecting where either this or this to potentially price to retract and again come for the previous week low, this and this, and eventually major which I'm calling for months. So that's as per the Euro USD plan. And now let me actually, this is the tool named PVP, which is stands for periodic volume profile. So we can draw the volume profile based on the period. For example, let's just turn on and go to daily chart, where there is an unmitigated monthly gap. There is also weekly negative point of control. These negative point of control act as like a magnet, always acts like a magnet. And when we find wick confluence, which is all about my VTS trading system, is we have a key resistance here, all this zone, right? So market could very well come to this and then head downwards. That's as per the Euro USD. So the DXY is bullish, Euro is looking little bearish. As per the XAU USD, let me turn on all the lipstick, right? Again, where there is a weekly intra-range liquidity, there is also weekly negative point of control. So I eventually want gold to tap this low and eventually this low. So even the gold is looking slightly bearish. As for the Bitcoin, here the changes comes. Bitcoin is looking bullish actually, where we are already involved. If you remember correctly, on the weekly chart, I called in my Discord, I'm 100% sure this low will be taken out when we were here, and that's what exactly happened. On the weekly chart, we tested this intra-range liquidity again and come down, right? So I am in the swing long on Bitcoin already. If it's come down, I will add more. This is more like a spot position, but we could very well head to next highs potentially from this zone alone, right? Yeah, that's as per the Bitcoin. If you go to daily chart, let me zoom in. We had a down closing candle and we had a displacement candle, and then came and tested this order block and tapped this point of control almost to the dollar, and then went up, and again we had a swing failure pattern. So this portion where there is a weekly negative point of control and there is also weekly level. What do I mean by weekly level? This high is here. Whenever the open and closes comes at the same place, this is our potential resistance. Here, this is the potential support. Right now, let me turn on the negative point of control. See where we are expecting next liquidity. There is weekly level, there is weekly negative point of control, and there is also the whole range value area high. So it is looking pretty bullish, at least to tap this level, which is weekly negative point of control. And if you were to retract here, again there is a strong support where there is a high volume node. There is also in POC, there is also an order block. For example, if I were to disable the PVP, right, there is also an order block where we have an order block, negative point of control, everything. So Bitcoin is looking pretty bullish, I would say, at least to this liquidity level and this liquidity level. And that's as per the weekly plan. Now I will backtest my indicator, which has been absolutely killing it, especially smart buy and sell, right? So let me just backtest from the AUD CAD, right from the 15-minute time frame, right from this Monday. Right, so where is the Monday? Right, Monday we had a sell. We had a sell here, and sell here, all would have hit easily 1 hour. So that's a 3 wins here. And then on the Tuesday we had a beautiful 5 which I caught, and I also posted on Discord. Look at that, you could have caught very well above the 1 hour. For example, when you had a buy signal here, what I do is put the long and stops goes somewhere there, right, and target 1 hour, right? And what I do is I take a Fibonacci again and draw the Fibonacci to my long position. Double click it and I enable 0.25 and 0.75. Right? So once we hit 0.25, I start trailing my stops like this. And I can keep on trailing, right, each 1 hour. So that's the little trick I use. So we had how many wins here? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. AUD CAD we had 5 wins and 0 losses as per Tuesday. And then we had a double sell signal here. Let me just yeah, you would have put the stop loss here on this order block. It would have been also caught on the take profit level, right? Easily 1 hour. And this would have hit the stop loss. So 7 wins, 1 loss. 7 wins, 1 loss. And then on the 15-minute time frame, we had a beautiful sell. Look at that, $20 right on the Friday, and then another sell. So 2 more wins with my indicator. 9 wins and 1 loss with a 90% win rate. This sell would have hit the stop loss, and this buy would have been hit the take profit. So another 1 loss, and so 10 wins and 2 losses on the AUD CAD with this marked buy and sell indicator, which you will get with this plan. And also early access is now closed. There is no time zone. For example, early access has been closed. Now you can enroll for a monthly for 5,999, 3 months for 15,999. If you want 6-month access, 27,999. All this good stuff, right? And if you want to trial access, just message me. I can give you trial access for a few days or 1 day. And that's for the AUD CAD. The second one is AUD CHF. AUD CHF. We had 10 wins and 2 losses. And let me go to last Monday. Monday we had beautiful 3 buys, all it have easily hit 1 hour. So 3 more wins, right? And again 3 more wins. This is just insane. My God. 1, 2, 3. And 16 wins, just 2 loss. People do this for a month, guys. And you are getting it with multiple assets in few days. Nonetheless, this sell would have been again 1 hour easily. So another win. Right? And this buy would have perhaps tapped a stop loss level, which is fine. 3 loss. This sell was again beautiful, right? The stop loss would have gone above. I would have put in somewhere there. Another gem is the stop loss should be usually within 5 to 15 pips, pretty much. If it's like 20-25 pips, I will just ignore the trade. So 1 more win there. And did we had any other signals? No. So 18 wins and 3 loss. Now let me go to XAUUSD and disable all the markings. And I'd like to execute my XAUUSD trades on 5-minute time frame or M10 time frame even. There's so many signals, all could have take profit. There's just too many signals. So I'm not gonna count each and everything. I'll just jump to USD CHF, 15-minute time frame again. And where is the last Monday? Okay, 1 win with the sell, 1 stop loss with the buy. Again, this is actually invalid because we are already in the sell with the stop loss here, but I'm literally counting everything. Okay. Again, this buy would have hit the 1 hour, another 1 hour, and sell with a stop loss. So 2 and 1. This buy was beautiful. So another win there. There was 3 sells, all would have hit the take profit levels. Another sell would have hit the take profit level as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 sells. USD CHF, and just based on the 4 pays, we already had a close to 85% win rate with 27 wins and just 5 losses. And then as we are going USD JPY, this last Monday, couple of stop loss there, right? 1 win, 2 win, so 2 2, 1 2, 2 2. Digital caught to 1 hour stop loss below here, so another win. And this is the loser and this is the win again. 1 lose, 1 win. And both of these buys would have hit the stop loss level, so 2 more loss. Again, I'm taking literally random signals. And if I were to enable the, yeah, this is a pre-session, no issues. This is pending, so I will ignore this. And then come to CAD JPY, 1 2 clear wins, right? And there is a sell there. It will take on a shot there. We stop loss above here and target 1 hour. 1.12, this was also winner. Boom. And then 2 more wins. The accuracy been insane, my god. Anyways, that is Tuesday. Monday we don't have any signals. So then the USD CAD, we had to buy 1 hour, clean sell, clean sell, clean sell, so 4 wins from the Wednesday. 1 2 3 4 wins, and then again win, back to above 80% win rate. This would be stop loss and this would be winner. 1 win and 1 stop loss. And GBP USD, Euro USD is optional. Look at GBP USD, there's lots of wins as well. This is with the potentially 1 hour and 2 more wins, either win, 1 stop loss. I'm not going to register everything, it's going to take time to get that right. And even Euro USD, but I will stop until USD CAD. The stat is almost 80% win rate with 42.11. But I will look at the NASDAQ. On NASDAQ, I would like to execute on the 5-minute time frame. This is something I updated the stat on. For example, if I were to come to my Discord, updates, right? This was one I caught on the NASDAQ. Yes, and I tested NASDAQ, lost 98 trades, 81 wins and 17 losses with the 82.7% win, which is just crazy. Anyway, so from the last Monday we were to test, Monday was here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 wins on NASDAQ 5-minute chart, right? Buy easily 1 hour, other buy easily 1 hour again because the stop loss would be here and then the market just rallied, so another win. The sell was easily 1 hour again, stop loss above here, another win on NASDAQ, and then buy stop loss would be here again easily 1 hour. Did we had any other signals? Yeah, this was the I caught this as well. Another win. This buy I'm not sure. Let me just check. Right, stop loss here. Easily 1 hour. Market came and then hit the 1 hour and then it reversed. Other sell was also with that. So 1 2 3 4 5. My god. 6. It's pending. 6 wins. 1 2 3 4 5 6. So with a smart buy and sell, we had total of 70 trades. $70 trades, 59 wins. With $1,000 that will be $59,000 profit, right? And with 11 losses that would be loss of $11,000 and a net of $47,000. Again, this is literally not following any rules at all. There are some rules which are shared for the private members, premium members that is, but even if you take just randomly, we had like 84.3% win rate, almost 80 to 85% win rate. (84.3% win rate). Absolutely insane. My god. Yeah, I don't know what I have coded. This is just printing for week number 4, right? And this you will be getting as the part of any of these plans. You will be getting 4 to 5 indicators. The next favorite indicator is open strike, which is for the 15-second time frame. Let me go to MNQ. And okay, it's the indicator went missing. Let me add actually. And this open strike indicator meant to get to the buffer and then pass evaluation. Okay, so let me look at the signals. This was a winner. There were 66 points. Easily you could have got into buffer and passed evaluation. And where else there was a signal? I believe on the news day it was choppiness. Otherwise it's also just killed it. Again, 2 more wins. This is with the stop loss. Proper win, my god. And let me measure this as well. Yes, over 200 points. So the open strike is killing it. And the one more indicator is ZDP. Let me see what ZDP is doing. ZDP. And this is meant to execute on a 5-minute time frame, which is the negative overall model. And overall, last 100 days, we fired 80 signals with the TP1 of 88% win rate. And this week, if you copy traded $50,000 futures account with 5 accounts, you have $95,000. So since you are positive, it's also printed, right? So all the indicators is working beautifully. See, all the TP would have been hit there. Almost 1 hour with the TP2. Yes. Yes, insane. That's the update for the week 4. And let me also update on group as well. And one more thing. Top from Tatwait.san is finally live. And we will be giving away free accounts every month. We have so far given away over 800k. Our goal is to give $2 million and then I will restart again. Okay. And it started since the October 25. Nonetheless, so the course funded is active, funded next is active. Just open account using this link, right? You have to create an account using this link and then send me your email ID. I will be picking the winners end of the month. So the platform.wait.zone, tools.wait.zone if you want to buy the indicator, which is absolutely killing it as just saw. And these figures people are doing 2 months, 3 months, and we are doing in a week. Can you imagine? I don't know what to even say, seriously. And that's all the update, guys. And if you have any doubts, feel free to shoot me a DM. And that's it, guys.